Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. We got 2 new releases that are still available, plus a new pre-order, and still $15 off the Vietnam Bricks book. All month long you get to take advantage of this, and should there be any other sales arriving, you can combine it with that because it's just a straight $15 mark-off. So I don't think we had actually said that, or at least shown off the book in a SitRep yet. So
Had we not?
I know, we're late to the game, but it's $15 off if you didn't know. My apologies.
That's a great deal, man. That's one. Again, I've said this before. This is one of the best ways to start, start building a nice diorama. It's just, you got. What are you counting? How many
16.
models? 16 models that you can,
14 models plus 2 environmental builds, including the tactical palm tree.
Tactical palm tree.
Yeah, you got to check out that model. This is a pretty sweet book, and it comes with uniform stickers. It comes with a canvas cover. It comes with a flag, nice. And one of the builds in here is the PBR 31 Mark II Patrol, the river boat. That's an excellent counterpart to the Swift boat if you've picked that up as well. So make sure to check out Vietnam Bricks. There's more info on that on the product page. But let's get to the models now. So we'll head over into the design room and check in with Dan because we got a Kiowa to look at. All right, so leading off our Friday check-ins, we got another Vietnam Bricks pre-order. This is, the second Kiowa you've designed, but you actually kind of did both of these around the same time, correct?
Right, I had in mind, the Kiowa was developed during, it's the Bell Jet Ranger, basically, and militarized during the Vietnam War, used as a scout helicopter. And of course, that just started the Army's tradition. It served in the Army for decades. This being the original model, this is the A model. In Vietnam, they were modified to have miniguns because at first they were just scouting around and getting shot at. And they decided they wanted to have something to shoot back with, so they mount the minigun. In this case, I mounted it. A Brick Arms minigun. There's a custom. It's a Brick Arms.
The feed chute.
Feed chute. Yeah. It's specially designed just for this helicopter.
Cool.
Of course, we've made that available to the public as well, so you could buy one and then make multiples.
Yeah, right. Or if you wanted to pick up a Brick Arms minigun and maybe put one on the other side, I'm not sure if that'd be historically accurate, but
usually one. Typically these would have one crewman flying it, and the minigun would be on the other side. Maybe that's just to counterbalance the weight, or maybe it's just because you didn't want to have a minigun going off in your ear.
Yeah, sure. that makes a ton of sense.
So pilot on the right, minigun on the left. In this case, we're actually going to put 2 minifigs in this. We're going to have an observer in the left-hand side. So it's kind of a double whammy. You get helicopter, pilot, and an observer.
Yeah, and check out those renders on brickmania.com too that show off those minifigs because those helmets, the UV and custom printed helmets are pretty awesome. So Dan, there's this is the prototype, obviously, but in the final version, there's not a single sticker on this model. This bad boy's fully printed.
It's fully printed. I mean, there's not that much because they were just sent over bare green to Vietnam. So there'll be the warning on the tail will say United States Army, the usual stuff that you'd see. I think the rotor has a print on it too, the tail rotor. It's the normal stuff. I think there's a lightning bolt on the tail actually.
So cool.
Peel right down this vertical stabilizer.
Sweet. Well, definitely a cool little model. Comes with an awesome crew. We'll have the designer's desk out, obviously, when we have a complete model. But for now, the prototype is available on pre-order. Dan, thanks so much for checking in. All right, and for check-in number 2, we're here with Lando because, as we saw on Wednesday, we have the ARVN Ranger, which is one of the other minifigs that Lando's come up with for Vietnam Bricks. One of the most effective fighting units, throughout the Vietnam War, and also one heck of a cool minifig. What do we have going on here, Lando?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first thing you'll notice right off the bat is this crazy M1 steel pot helmet. They would paint this thing up, get that black tiger on the front over that star. You'd see a whole bunch of different camouflage patterns or lack of camouflage patterns. Just craziness. Just intimidation factor is just off the scale there. Kind of matches up with that patch on the arm there, which is cool. In real life, you would have seen them using a ton of different weaponry, pretty much whatever they can get a hold of.
Yeah.
Like even some French stuff from like before Vietnam War, French stuff, American stuff, captured weapons, everything. Just whatever they can get their hands on. For their gear, it's locally produced tiger stripe uniform. Other camouflage patterns you commonly saw them in would be kind of local equivalents of Duck Hunter or like that frog skin camo.
Sure.
Or local equivalents of, I guess ERDL is a similar equivalent. But yeah, a bunch of different uniforms, patterns. Get that red scarf going on there. Some ammo pouches, and those boots are actually kind of copied off of French pre-Vietnam War boots.
Sure. Some cool details on that.
Yeah, those are kind of like just canvas boots,
Yeah.
similar to like Palladiums nowadays. So that was sort of a unique thing. It's cool seeing this mix match of gear from U.S., French,
Right.
Vietnam,
A lot of
everything.
influences, yeah.
Yeah. So this is fun to put together. Pick one up.
Yeah, definitely a sweet little minifig. As you can see, we got the Perfect Caliber M16 there, so you can equip your minifig. I think we still have a few of those available as well. Vietnam Bricks continues to go strong, especially in the minifig category. Thank you very much for checking in, Lando. So this is kind of cool to have like a fully Vietnam lineup here. You can tell we're starting to get into the month a little bit because we got new releases and pre-orders coinciding with each other. So there are still some Thunder Chiefs left online. I'm not sure how many. We're hoping to have the designer's desk out this weekend, so this is all stickered up now and got its printed elements, whatever. This one is a printed element up here in the front. When I first saw it, I was like, why was only one sticker put on? But it's not a sticker, it's a printed element. That would be why.
That's why.
And then the stickers for this are the same if you watch the boxcar video. They're that transfer paper ones. They go on like butter. Super easy process, and they look really nice. It does streamline the process. It makes, and what I really like is just the cleanliness of it.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to do it. This is a fearsome model. I totally dig the loadout. That external bomb loadout is awesome. It also has opening bay doors. We'll go over some more of the functions in Dan's designer's desk because I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about. It does come with the stand, etc. This will be another one of those kits because of its size that won't be restocked too terribly often. So now you've got a chance to be able to get one on its release week and have it start shipping right away. So I would definitely take advantage of that while you can.
Yeah.
And then moving on from there, Rome Plow.
Rome Plow.
Yeah, I know we'll do a designer's desk with Mary on this obviously as well. But do you want to show off that minifig real quick because that's a new 3D printed element, correct?
Yep. So that is the field cap. Hot weather, and it's just like a baseball cap. I don't know if they could actually call them baseball caps. There might be some like MLB licensing issues or something
Fair
like
enough.
that. But it's like tropical cap, so you'd see that just in the field, just a baseball cap, man. But it's got a little bit of a I don't know if there's like a cardboard insert of some sort, but there's a little bit of a
dark front.
Yeah, it's got like this iconic look. I was like, man, we could use the Lego baseball cap, but there was a good opportunity to let's try and make this new hat. We're really filling out the library of all the different headgear, especially from this Vietnam era. I'm just loving this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see the creative minds taking away and creating cool stuff like that. I also think this minifig is an excellent example of just how effective that color shifting is.
Yeah.
Because that is, believe it or not, a dark bluish gray legs and torso, which. By looking at that figure, unless you're going to go, get it real up close and try to look at, the top parts or whatever, that's an excellent looking uniform. So.
I hadn't actually seen this figure printed yet, so that's kind of cool.
Considering I pulled it out of the GHQ, that's kind of
right. Sometimes stuff like the final version, just like, it's like I thought you saw it. Like, well, I trust you guys.
Yeah, it's fun to be able to check it out, though. That's definitely a cool kit. Another one like. The Rome Plow in general is first of all, there's some cool history behind it, just in the sense that they had a pretty dangerous job clearing jungle that hadn't been really explored before. They had a cover moving above them, actually probably a Kiowa helping them out or a Huey, but they would go out and have to clear the jungle, and they encountered some seriously dangerous stuff. Most of them ride right along with an M16 next to them because it wasn't guaranteed to be safe, but where in Vietnam was at the time. So I think that I'd love to see this entered in the mock contest, just because any mock containing something like this, especially out in the jungle, would be a really cool.
I love the printing on the back. We just
doze.
Some source imagery of
just doze it.
Yeah. Going quick back to the figure.
Yeah.
The one detail to note would be the kind of grime on the face. So I'm playing around with seeing if we can That's one thing I've noticed about figures not minifigures. People are minifigures represent people, right? Not the other way around. Is that they're so grimy out in the field, and so I'm playing around with how can we make these people look like they've just kind of been in the mud and in the dirt and dust and sweating and everything. Let's see if we can capture that. So I'm playing with that a little bit.
I like how you capture the several times now across various minifigures you've captured the disgruntled mechanic face.
Oh, yeah.
Where quite clearly
No
something
exception.
isn't functioning perfectly.
He is just clearly annoyed.
Yeah, he's not
probably
having
a
the
little
best day.
bored. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. Nice addition. So 2 awesome kits. Remember, these are the new releases, and then like we were talking about with Dan, this Kiowa is the prototype. Pre-order available right now. Lots of printing. Actually, not a single sticker, which I think we mentioned in the check-in, but still, I like that. That's a cool addition to just have a fully printed model.
Yeah, I'm especially excited about the new helmet that we're including on this. So it's an existing helmet, the 3D print of it, but we're actually trying to recreate this helmet up there.
So one of the employees here, their father worked on literally these machines in general, and got to hold on to their helmet. And so we were like, well, what's better source imagery than the physical thing being able to come in? And so that's the one that we used for the 3D model as well as the artwork model. And these aren't the first ones that were UV printed. Because is it the same for the Huey? Those were
The
UV
helmet?
printed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these will be like that in the sense that they'll have cool printing on them, etc. Check out the webpage for the Kiowa. We have the minifigure renders, etc. up there. So that should be where you can check out that artwork. But you're right. That is a really, really cool thing
I'm
to
so
capture.
excited to try and recreate like one for one these military, I guess, artifacts at this point, right? These
Yeah.
are museum quality pieces here. So especially like helmet artwork, that's just hand painted in the field, such cool stuff. And he was just it sounds like he was just super ecstatic about this. So
Yeah.
it's cool having that kind of back and forth. Just with people who are actually in the field. So.
Well, we live in the
that.
digital age, so anytime you get to actually hold on to
Yeah.
a physical model and be like, oh, that's how this looks and whatever, and really, really see it instead of just having to scroll through Google or whatever and try to find different angles of stuff, it's got to be pretty nice for you and for M and Art Girl to be able to just kind of
This is it.
streamline
Make
that.
this.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, and especially like just Vietnam, like people who served are still alive. Like we all know somebody, right? And coming home, their perception, they were treated really poorly coming back. A lot of the soldiers and people serving, and now it's like we get a kind of like that didn't have to be the case.
Well, blame was definitely placed on the wrong shoulders in that situation.
So
I agree.
It's awesome to be able to kind of like let's go back to this. Let's revisit this. Like it was like there was obvious problems with the Vietnam War, but it's like these soldiers are still serving. So it's they didn't need to take that kind of crap, I guess.
Right. No, it's totally true. There were a lot of brave people
yeah.
who went over there and obviously gave the ultimate sacrifice. And then look at where the research involving post-traumatic stress disorder began to start. Like before that, it was like, oh, shell shock.
Right.
What is like
Man
what?
up.
Yeah. Right. What is that? That's
my brain's broken. I can't.
Right. Exactly. So just the avenues that it opened from that standpoint, I think are incredibly important and still exist today. Getting back to the models and stuff, though, we went over the ARVN Ranger. He is now available, provided there's any left. I assume that one with that helmet was going to go very, very quickly because it is an awesome little thing. Thanks for doing that check-in, Lando.
Yeah.
Other than that, remember the mock contest ends on June 1st. Everything here is fair game. Vietnam theme. Check out our website and our blog for more details. If you check out those top, there's a contest tab, whatever. Everything you need to know there. Basically, there's nothing really disqualified as long as it's in good taste and is a physical model and is a new creation. 3. That's not tough.
Yeah. That's
A couple more things about submissions and how to get it on the way, but just check out the website for that. And then finally, we just got the news from, our ordering machine production that the Lego, well, first of all, Lego has discontinued their motor system. We knew that. And the availability of them on Bricklink is brutal. So brutal to the fact that we are thinking that the batch of AC-130s that we are going to open for pre-order on the 1st of February, 2021, probably going to be the last one that we can motorize.
Sure.
So we wanted to give you guys a huge heads up for that because we're still only going to be able to do 25 of them. Like I said, it's not that it's on pre-order now and is shipping on the 1st. It's going to be on pre-order on February 1st. That's when that will open up. 25 of them will be available. After that,
So are we going to open up a pre-order?
no.
No.
I just want to give people
Just give
a
it
heads
heads
up.
up.
Because it's an expensive kit. I know people got to save. And I also know it's kind of like a lot of people's mountain. That's your Lego Everest. You want the AC-130. You want to experience that build, the interior, etc. Make sure to check out that designer's desk. But I think that realistically, we don't want to be able to just kind of like fire this one off and then come back and be like, oh yeah, that last one was the last batch. So here's the heads up. This one is likely going to be the last time we can do in this variant. From there on, we can experiment with other things. We don't know what that'll look like yet, but the current AC-130 that comes with the motors opening up for pre-order on February 1st, that will likely be the last batch of 25 we are able to produce in that. So,
Dang.
I know. But I'd want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure we pass that along. As big of a bummer as it is, it's something that we have to realize. And it is also a really good representation of the constant battles that we face attempting to get stuff on Brickmania. I mean, we monitor it across the board. We have people specifically assigned to making sure that we, are on to Bricklink orders and have what we need to be able to produce these kits. So we know what's going on that site very thoroughly. And, the motors aren't going to be there unless something miraculously appears. So, and then there's also the locomotives, etc., to consider. So I think that it'll be interesting moving forward.
Absolutely.
But that'll be. We'll take it in stride like we always do. That was my last announcement. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Got nothing to add, man.
Okay, cool. Then we'll get some designers' desks out this weekend and check back in with you on Monday.